Chris. I'm here with Nate, Josh, and Staunton.
Yo.
And one of the things that we've heard a lot in the past is that as you get older, people kind of complain about the current generation of music, saying, oh, music from my generation was better. It didn't sound like crap. So all of us being roughly the same age, we're here to debate, is current music crap? Which, yes, it's crap. Or is it just
terrible?
Due to having heard a lot of music in the past, is our opinion of music kind of tainted by, we've heard what's come before. So what do you guys think?
Well, I've heard somebody say that, I'm going to lose the reference on who said it, but basically that your high school music that you listen to, like, sets your influence for what you'll listen to the rest of your life, or that's what, like, your time period in your formative years will set that. That's what I like, and that's what I'll like the rest of my life. I'll never, like, learn any new music or like any new music. And I don't necessarily know if I agree with that, because in my high school days, I was listening to all sorts of stuff I don't even listen to anymore. Like, I was very 80s hair metal and Van Halen and that kind of stuff, and I wasn't even born in the 80s. Yeah, I was like, and I don't really even listen to that much anymore.
I would go as far as to assert to you that current music is not crap. That there are certain genres that are crap. That current modern hard rock is crap. Right now, presently.
Yep. I would agree with that.
This last maybe several years even.
Like hillbilly rock, that kind of stuff.
Well, let's just say this is the problem: is that I would say that the music, when it reaches its peak popularity, is always at its best. Alt rock was best in the 90s.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. You could probably say gangster rap, if you want to call it, the same time frame.
Yep.
But electronica might be better right now
than it was.
I
liked 90s electronica though.
This is what I'm saying. It's electronica is kind of all encompassing. It would be like saying rock music.
Yes.
Rock music doesn't really describe the whole of music.
Right.
Classic rock, if you want to call it that, was certainly better in the 70s than it is in 2000s, because nobody's really making that kind of music.
Tom Petty's still kicking it.
Yeah, but okay. So are the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But realistically, their music was better back then. Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know if this is us saying that music sucks for our generation, but I feel like the 2000s haven't had a defining. It's like the first generation that we've had that hasn't had a defining music that was the 2000s. Yeah, kind of plateaued. We didn't have, with the 90s, it was alternative rock, and you had the whole Seattle scene and everything like that. In the 80s, there was the beginning of pop with Michael Jackson, and you had the 80s hair metal, and you had all of that glam rock and that kind of stuff. And then the 70s, we had...
But not just that, but 80s pop
was...
I guess I'm referring to the synth.
Yeah, that's what I mean. 80s pop.
But that's different than Madonna and Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that. Yep.
Maybe.
There are similar lines.
It's definitely different.
You can't put Men Without Hats.
Thompson Twins.
You can't put them
and Devo.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, but that's my point. Yeah.
Some of it's there.
Yeah.
Like it's tweaked. Like auto-tuning now. Like everybody thinks like...
Yeah, it's true.
One person takes it and that's their main...
Share. I believe in life after love.
You didn't say that right. We'll have to auto-tune that.
The problem...
No, I don't need any of that.
I think that music as an art form isn't a new product, but recorded music certainly is a new product in the sense that really it's only been going on for about a century. Everything before that, like you can read books from literally centuries ago.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't really listen to music from literally centuries ago unless it's been reproduced now, and who can say
it was exactly
the same instruments, really.
Exactly. Yeah. It wouldn't Beethoven's Fifth in, the time it was written does not probably sound like what it would sound on our instruments now. It's close, but
it is, but as we invent new instruments and invent new technology, dubstep didn't exist in 1634.
I was going to say, I like how you use the dubstep. Dubstep. You dropped it there. You had the wubs.
Did claim this land for Spain? Come on.
It was invented by somebody who had a stutter.
Yes.
I gotcha.
So, I think that it's does anyone really truly think that music, except when you were younger, sucks?
I
No.
don't. Because I listen
We say that, but I think we say the same way we make jokes about "get off my lawn."
Right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really. Well, I hate kids. Get off my lawn.
I would say popular music popular music now has gotten very repetitive. And I don't know if it was that way when we were kids. Like, it's the same,
You know what?
half dozen artists over and over and over and over.
Hey,
and
I'm about to agree with you because I think pop music this year has actually been really good.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is I wasn't necessarily going to go that far. I was going to say like stuff that is played on the radio has gotten to a point where they've just notice like radio stations have kind of come down. Like if you had several stations for different genres of music, and now they've kind of merged markets because
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
radio
'Cause
is terrible.
It's
now.
dying.
It
It's
is dying.
It's a
radio
dying
is dying. And maybe
medium.
that's where
Yeah.
today's music is.
It's changing. It's becoming internet based.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah,
it's becoming
but
more highly specialized.
Well,
your
more
playlist,
people are.
are taking advantage of the fact that they could go to a subscription software like
Mhm.
Pandora or Spotify.
Yes.
And you have that ability to select your playlist, or hey, I want to take these 3 songs and make a playlist based upon these 3 songs.
So it's not. It's that top 40 is basically
right, but create your own top 40.
Well, this is
It's like
exactly
choose your
it.
own adventure
Yeah,
book,
you don't
but-
have to if you don't like Miley Cyrus.
Right.
Yeah.
You can literally avoid it by
Yes.
downvoting it off your
And
playlist.
commercials.
And that was part of it too, right? You used to not be able to avoid this. If you wanted to listen to music, you had to listen
Had
to
to listen to
radio
radio.
because you weren't going to get it anywhere else. But
Yeah,
now
or
we
you
have.
had to
But
buy
because they had more stations, their commercials weren't as long.
That's true.
I can go through a whole 15-minute period within, the car trip or something to, say, Walmart or something. And if I'm listening to radio, I could listen to 15 minutes of nothing but commercials. No music whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was never like that 10 years ago.
Oh no, that's true. We never had that. Well,
I think
It's tough to tell.
We may exaggerate slightly on that.
I think that does come back to some of the radio stations like falling off the face of the earth. So that it may not have been that way on the old radio stations you listen to, but it's pretty much always been that way on the ones that are still alive because that's how they've managed to
They
stay
weren't
alive.
profitable.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the ones that actually managed to play music that you really wanted to hear couldn't make enough money because they were perpetually playing music.
I'm actually concerned anytime I'm listening to a radio station where it's all music. I'm like, oh crap, they're about to go off the air.
Well, it's like the
yeah.
what was it is it like Joe FM? That was there. It was like 106.3 went through like a half dozen format changes, like serious format changes. Went from like all modern music to all old music
Yeah.
to like FM talk radio
I remember when it was
back to
B106.
like gangster rap.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Music.
just-
yes.
it just-
Back to whatever it is now.
When
So
it's hot
like-
today, change the station.
Guys back there
But
pulling knobs.
this is really simply the reason that it happens is because the only three, excuse me, because country will get included. But top 40 and talk are really the only 2 formats that really truly work unless they appeal to an older generation.
Let's
That's
be
just
honest.
this area,
Country.
though.
I was gonna say country's not country anymore. It is pop music.
It
You might as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I watched the
See,
CMAs the other night.
I hear you, but at the same time, with country is the least innovative musical form. Absolutely, I will say
Yeah.
that hands down, and not feel bad about it
'Cause it's all pop.
It's either well,
It's all pop with blues. It's all pop
It's all
with blues.
country. It's maybe become somewhat popish, but it's pretty much just country still.
You can still tell a country song when it comes on. Now there are
doubt.
like your the Shania Twain style songs.
You know
where
why?
You have no idea.
G, C, and D. They teach those kids those chords. They're like,
This is
yo.
close to the beat.
They're like, you
But just twingy.
you need to learn some guitar. I gotcha. Just play this chord, G, C, D. Oh my God! I'm rhyming itself. It's like it is. It's really sad how
Change up the strumming, and you've got 4 or 5
every
songs.
country song is like G, C, and D. You may get an E minor if you're lucky. If you're feeling dark that
See,
day.
this is what's funny is because other genres kind of rise and then fall.
Mm-hmm.
Country pretty much has been country
Mm-hmm.
for decades, and I don't understand. They have a super loyal fan base.
Yeah,
no
they're
one in this room.
rabid. Well, no, but really, they do.
You know
They
what's
have
funny is
giant rabid fans.
Only listened to country like after coming back from the war.
Interesting.
That was it. That I don't know. Weird.
It was a dark time.
It was a dark time.
It was post-traumatic stress. He was
Well,
like,
it's funny because you play it backwards. I get everything back. My sanity included.
Dog came back, wife came back,
Dog, truck.
tires popped up on the truck. You're all set to go.
It's sad. I mean, it's easy to poke fun at country, but
It's true.
It really has like not changed all that much.
Mhm.
It's it's basically the same format
maybe
just
that's why
added
people
some-
like it
some
and why they
bits,
stick with it is
some-
because it's that one.
because it's the same.
It is
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah,
It's
that
true.
consistent
Yeah.
rock.
You know what you're in for.
So, but a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that only like 90s alternative,
Mhm.
or maybe I don't trust people that only like one type of music.
Yeah.
I
think
question.
you have to kind of jump around.
Yeah,
Otherwise
You
get
have
too-
to. It
You don't
gets
learn
boring.
anything else, and like they're not making much more alternative stuff.
None
Like,
of
well,
it any
It's
good.
not that sounds
No,
like
I
what you
know.
guys remember from the 90s
Yeah,
either.
I think one of the issues
Yeah.
that I currently have with current music is the use of labels seems to be like out of control. Like songs that get the same label that songs 10 years ago got aren't even in
Yeah,
the same vein.
Alternative is
Yeah.
not alternative.
Yeah,
You know, they
yeah.
need
And
to
then-
redefine it.
And then at some point, somebody just ran out of categories and is like, "I will just call them all indie. That's fine. We'll just shove them into the indie genre."
Yeah.
And
But-
so you pick some sort of like indie playlist, and who knows what the hell you're gonna get? It's all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
It's like
it
those
also can get
Packs of
accept-
Brock's candies for Halloween, and you're just like, I don't know what it is.
mystery
Do I even eat this?
But it also
Chocolate
it also
flavored
can
shit.
get over excessive. Like they use that label so that they can try to maybe bring an audience in. But then
Yeah.
you'll have like, oh, this is trip hop, gangsta
Yeah.
groove
beats.
style, exactly
And you're
world
like-
music, and you're like, I don't even know what the hell that is.
World music. Ozone, yo.
That is like
and they got some
rapping
like
accordion.
Brazilian guy in the background just
Yeah.
jiving away, and you're like, what is he
and
playing?
then you've got an Oriental flute.
I was gonna say, maybe that's what we're
little
missing.
mandolin.
Yeah.
We're missing like pan flute rap. We need that.
We need that now,
That-
right now. If that doesn't
All right,
exist
labels,
on YouTube.
seriously.
Pan
Make this
flute
happen.
rap.
Pan flute.
If I will
Rap.
make some pan flute rap for this if I have to. If I have to. Somebody needs to hear this.
Yes.
We'll make it.
Do it.
So one final thing, just to talk about real quick here. I threw out that if you look back at the last, let's say, 50 or 60 years of music, that you kind of cut it off before that because really prior to that it was classical, pop, country.
Nope,
Or I'm sorry, rock and jazz.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So all those four were pretty much your basics. That was about it. Starting in roughly the late 70s, mid 80s, music exploded genre-wise.
Mhm.
And pretty much everything that exists now came from those.
Yep.
So, I mean, you had like so you synth pop, you still had regular pop, you had new wave, you had the original punk, which, not current pop punk, but
No.
the original, Sex Pistols punk.
Right.
Yes.
So-
Miley Cyrus is punk, yo.
I think we're getting punked on
I
that.
think it's because she's sticking her tongue out half the time.
Is that what that is? I don't know. Thanks.
I don't know. But yeah, so, I mean,
Gene Simmons did it first.
I never really thought about it that way, but you're right. That does seem to be
Yep.
the origin, the Big Bang, so to speak, of
But
music.
are we waiting for that to change?
Well, I
Like,
think
is it
it's.
going to do it again?
I
Well,
think
is
Because
that,
I think it's
has
getting close to.
something happened in between, or does something seem like it's coming to maybe be a second 80s?
instrument. That's why we haven't had any change in the typical instruments everybody uses, right?
It's true.
We've had
Synth and all that electronic stuff
Yes.
boomed in the 80s.
Yes, I mean, I'm seeing some of it now with there's like iPad apps that people are creating that are like different instruments where you can like drag it and move it up and out. Jordan Rudess
There's a lot of like
is a synth. He's a
DJ kind of things going on with that.
keyboard player from Dream Theater, and he's like innovated on doing these instrument, with an iPad where you can do kind of like these swelly things. Yes. I don't know if you can create new music out of that, but
I
it is-
hesitate to refer to an iPad as an instrument. It's just it's a computer capable of making different sounds.
same as a synth.
It's
same
the same as a
keyboard.
synthesizer.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, unless there is an actual when the guitar went electric,
Yes.
that was somewhat revolutionary.
Oh yeah, it absolutely was.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like somewhat. I would
Yes,
say.
somewhat revolutionary.
Somewhat, just a little bit.
Yeah, just to try to be somewhat nice about it. But
he was like,
there's-
I liked the guitar before.
Yeah, so
Country
until
fans
there's
everywhere cried.
oh, that's when music
But like
died.
the Woodman controller, nobody uses it.
Yeah.
Nobody like famous wise.
Mm-mm.
Maybe Kenny G when he's feeling
Who the
not-
fuck is Kenny G? Is that your type of music, John?
He's gangster.
Really? You're gonna mock my music?
No, Kenny, he's the
Songbird.
It's gangster rap, right? Kenny G.
Kenny G.
Kenny G,
Kenny
yo.
G.
Kenny G. He's gonna bust out some
I did.
sweet
You know what? That
grooves.
was awesome. I love that song with Nate Dogg, Regulate.
right.
Yeah.
right. That's
Kenny
what it
G
is.
and Nate Dogg.
You know
Yeah. No, so that's
16 in
All
the
I can
clip
say-
and 1 in the sax.
The wrong of that pair. The wrong guy died.
You're mocking me. He's singing it.
He's singing Regulate.
No.
He's doing the Kenny G version of Regulate. You could pull up the Christina Aguilera version of Regulate for
Yeah,
us.
I probably could.
Anyway,
Go
so
ahead and do that, John.
okay,
No.
just a different app
Yeah.
on your computer
Yes.
is not revolutionary
That's true.
instrumentally.
And that's the
maybe
problem. Unless it's embraced
more
by
people.
everybody. If it's embraced by everyone, that's the thing.
If you
have
get
to.
something like that that's already in people's hands.
Would
now.
you call auto-tune an instrument?
No.
I rest my
No.
case.
No.
No.
But a style of music is still. It might not be your style of music, but it's something that if it gets them even into.
It's a tool. It's a tool.
Yeah.
Just as an instrument
If
is
you
a tool.
use auto-tune, you are a tool. That much is true.
T-Pain.
T-Pain.
You caused me T-Pain in
he
my
took,
heart.
he took that concept and he ran with it.
Total eclipse in your T-Pain heart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jeez,
He's
I
like,
tell you
here's what I'm gonna do.
See, now this has descended in us just bitching about music.
We have proved the point.
Get off my
That's
lawn!
what it is.
Current music. Ah.
Shake our fists at the clouds.
Shake our fists at the cloud. All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there since now we're just complaining about music. We're back around to the beginning. So. Be sure to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/fairlyawesomepodcast. Follow us on Twitter at FAPcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can check out all the videos that we post up and watch us complain about other stuff. She got nothing better to do, really. And we'll catch you later.
Peruvian flute rap.
Get off my lawn!
I think the pan flute's more like
Pan
this.
flute like this. Zamfir, pan flute.
You're playing the...
Remember like the infomercials?
You're
of
Jethro
Zamfir?
Tull in that shit.
He's playing the skin flute.
little aqua lung here.
Yeah, a little aqua.
They played it on the way here. I was listening to
Aqualung?
Aqualung. Yeah.
Very nice.
All right.
So good.
Are we ready for
I was like, I wanted to like it, and then I realized I was listening to the radio, and I was like, oh my god.
I have to admit, I've tried to reverse the radio like
Yeah.
the DVR.
Hey, you're like,
before.
wait,
And I'm like, wait. Oh,
Oh.
son of a bitch.
Damn it!
I'm not listening to this on my logo.
All right.